I'll cover accessing Moodle as well as general navigation and editing Moodle course shells. At the very bottom of the Aurora University website, you'll find two links for Moodle: on-campus courses and online courses. Online courses is managed by the Learning House and is for courses that are taught strictly online. On-campus courses covers pretty much everything else and is the focus of these current videos. So we will click on on-campus courses. The following page will be prompted for a login, so I will log in here. After you've logged in, you'll be brought to Moodle's home page, which you'll find news and latest updates as well as troubleshooting tips in the center, a couple of blocks along the left-hand side, and a couple drop-down menus along the top. We're concerned with finding our course, so we're going to click on the Courses tab in the upper left-hand side and choose the course we're assigned to, which is Moodle Basics 101 Training Shell. On the following page, you'll see what every single new course shell looks like. It's an empty shell that has no content in the center with 16 weeks broken out by the start date of the course and also contains a news form activity. When you first access your course, there might be a few layout or design changes you want to make. To make those changes, we're going to click on Edit Settings on the lower left-hand side here under the Administration block. On this page, we can change the overall layout and the way the course appears to students. The first option I'll talk about is Visible. This option will allow you to hide or show the course from students. When you have it set to hide, you still have access to the course and can update all the content, but the students do not even see it under the list of My Courses. The only thing I'll note here is if you are going to hide the course while you make changes, I would send an email to the class saying, "Hey, I'm making changes." The course will be hidden, and that way no one freaks out if they log in and see that there's no course there listed under My Courses. Another common change made when you're first accessing your Moodle course shell is under Course Format. Course Format will allow you to change the format from weekly format to topics or a few different other options there. If you do change it to topics, you can change the number of topics that appear using this number of sections, and that also applies to the weekly format. So it's defaulting to 16, but you can change it to 8, you can change it to whatever meets your course requirements. Those two are the most commonly seen changes that are made, and once you're finished, you can click on Save Changes. Next, let's talk about editing our course shell. In order to make any changes to our course shell, we need to first turn editing on. To turn editing on, we can click the green button in the upper right-hand corner. Here we can also see that editing is turned on by the additional icons along the left and right-hand side of your content area. For now, let's take a look at news form. Now, it doesn't have to be specifically a news form. You're going to see the same set of icons for every single activity or resource that you upload. So take news form out of the equation and assume this is anything else. To the left of the news form, you'll see an up and down arrow. Here you can click and drag and move the resource to any content area that you want. This is really helpful if you were to upload something and find that it's in the wrong section, or if it's at the very bottom and you wanted to move it to the very top. To the right of the news form is a edit title icon. If I click on this, it will allow me to quickly edit the title and press enter on the keyboard when finished. Now all the way over here to the right of the news form is an edit drop-down menu. It will correspond to the activity or resource directly to the left. So in this case, we're talking about the news form. So when I click on the edit drop-down, you'll see a couple different options here. The first option is edit settings. It will bring you to the page to actually make any administrative changes to that activity or resource. Underneath this is the move right button. If I click on that, it's going to bump the news form over to the right. This will indent it to the right and give me the option to move back to the left. So if I click on that, you'll watch it jump back to the left. Underneath move right is the hide icon. If I click on that, you'll see my news form turns light gray, which indicates to me that it is currently hidden, and I still have access to it, but the students will no longer see it. And you'll notice that the hide option is now a show button. So if I click on show, it will reappear as a dark news form, and now it's accessible by the entire class. Below the hide icon is the duplicate icon. This will make an exact copy of whatever resource is immediately to the left, so this would make a copy of the news form. Underneath here is assign roles, which is advanced security and permission settings, which is out of the scope for this current video. And below that is the delete button. It does exactly what you think it would do, but the only thing I want to point out is that if you click on it, it will prompt you, are you sure you want to delete this activity or resource? And you can choose yes or no, so you don't need to worry about accidentally deleting something there. And those are the general icons that you'll see repeated throughout Moodle. Once you're finished making your changes, you can turn editing off by clicking the red button in the upper right hand corner.